first time that Grant has hunted whitetail with me, specifically here in Minnesota. So as I give him the dissertation of the barn and how it works, I'll give it to you guys, which a lot of you guys have seen the show before, you kind of know, but we've taken this old barn, it's probably 150 years old. We've killed quite a few deer out of here. You've seen us kill the Minnesota booner, and then the big drop time right here last year with a muzzleloader, 2 years ago with a muzzleloader 200-incher. Matt. Dude, Minnesota booner down. This deer played havoc with us last year. Gotta follow that doe right to us. To have an opportunity to be able to harvest and even just see a deer of this size, let alone have a half a dozen encounters with him, literally probably a half a dozen. I'll have to go back, so I apologize if I get the numbers wrong, but we've been chasing him since the first day that it opened up bow season here in Minnesota. What we've done is just cut out these old, we've put actually platforms inside the barn that's like 12, 15 feet high, and it's already on a 12 or 14 foot foundation that's higher than the rest of the area around here. And we have corn and radishes planted out here, and so we cut out these big doorways to shoot out. Hope it makes it a perfect blind. It's perfectly comfortable. It's 25, 30 mile an hour winds out there. You can't tell in here. So what we're going to do is, we're going to split up. We have two platforms, one on the other end of the barn here, and he'll be watching the food plot on the other side of the farm. So we'll be videotaping and talking to each other and both hunting at the same time, because I got my muzzleloader with me, so it's muzzleloader season, and I got my bow. So that's what the game plan is for tonight. Let's see how it works out. It's big fronts coming in. It's supposed to have whiteouts tonight. The wind's picked up from 10 up to 25 or 35 miles an hour already, so I don't know what we'll see. It might just be too windy. We might not see much, but we got 3 nights to hunt here before we head to Southeast Iowa and open up for gun season there. So we're gonna get all set up and sit in my favorite spot. We got here earlier today. It's just 2 o'clock. It's beautiful. Sun's shining, wind's perfect, conditions are great. Just a beautiful day to be out in the woods. So doesn't mean we're gonna shoot a big buck today, but we're gonna enjoy it. It's beautiful. We should see a lot of deer. We're gonna keep the windows closed. When I say the wind's perfect, it's blowing up this way. It should be fine. But this hollow, the wind swirls quite a bit, and it's only about 5 miles an hour, which I'd rather have a more stiff wind down here, but it is what it is. It's a beautiful day to hunt, and we're gonna make the best of it. So. I think that's one over here. He has a G4, right? Just a short one. Right? That's the main pre-made with a short. I don't think it's on the 2 deer. You go ahead and you video. Yeah. Is he? No. And he's limping pretty heavy. What a really nice night tonight, sitting there. We thought we'd see more deer tonight with the no wind. It's just 20 degrees, 18 degrees, and these deer are coming down to these food plots. And the deer we saw tonight, Grant went back down. We have pictures of the deer that we do not want to shoot that have potential to be 190, 200 inch deer. And he might be one of those. So we're gonna go back and take a look at it. Problem is, his right foot is really tender to the point where every time he's standing, and if you notice, he stood in the 8 in one place for a very long time, he doesn't want to put it down. So we're gonna go back and take a look, and we'll go from there. We'll be back tomorrow night either way. So
you only
use it
to light.
And you see how it sticks out? That's where the deformity or whatever happened, it's always out. See that? Almost like it's dislocated.
Yeah, I don't know.
The reason I thought he was so young, and I even said it on video, I said, he is young, it's because he's skinny. Like, there's not another deer on this farm that's skinny. I was like, oh, like that. We watched that 8-point come down. Like, look how big, Grant, these deer are. Mm-hmm. Look at these does over here, how big and thick they and heavy they are. Because we just were in Oklahoma, and every deer, they were like, I could almost pick it up and put it in my truck by myself. Yeah. And it was a big deer for down there. And it was like, I just kind of like, geez, they're so much different.
Different body.
And the reason is, I don't think, Dan, now that we're putting all the pieces together, I don't think he was shot. I think there's something wrong with his leg, or he's sick or something. Or both. They go together.
Right. Yeah.
If you shoot him, he's not going to grow.
Right.
That's a joke, Dan. You can smile. That's good. If I shoot him, he's not going to grow. He ain't going to have a chance. If we leave him go, there's a chance. I think right now, I don't think there's much of a chance.
There's just, it's that fine line between is he going to make it, or is he going to get caught, like you said, because he's not very quick.
No, we've hunted long enough, and no, if they're they just don't usually make it. They just don't. We'll go down there tonight and maybe tomorrow night because he's big enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that okay with you? And then go to Iowa after that.
Yeah.
What I thought was going to be a pretty special night, or at least a good night. We didn't see any real deer come down to us till dark. When I say real deer, I mean just deer. So it happens. I don't understand it all the time, but I guess that's why they call it hunting, right? So we saw about 8 or 10 deer right at dark, and that was it. One small 8-point, same one we've been seeing. And that's it. Well, it's just a couple days, actually it's Thursday the 12th. It's just a couple days prior to Iowa second shotgun, which we got a couple people coming out. We got Chris Cobb, but we got Matt from up in Maine, the guy who, a friend of mine who takes us moose hunting every year. We invited him here to Iowa, and he's just so excited. They're driving out right now, actually. Grant went home, so I got Dan behind the camera today and tomorrow night, and so we're prepped for those guys and getting ready. We're still hunting Minnesota here, and our deer just didn't move for us last night. It was the first really cold single-digit night we were hunting, so I was pretty excited about what activity we'd see, but the deer just put it to us again, and which they've been doing for the last 2 weeks, not moving till after dark. Our target deer, the one that's hurt, got a bad wheel, as I call it, and really skinny. I don't think he's going to make the winter, so we're trying to harvest him prior to that, because it's a good deer, and we had great hopes for this deer for the next year or two that he would explode, but he's just not going to make the winter. He's sickly right now, but he's still smart enough not to come out after dark. He showed up at 8 o'clock last night, so it's a beautiful day to hunt. But it'd be more beautiful if they show up in daylight. And Dan turns the camera on. It's not his full-time job, but he does good for a stand-in. and he brought Butterfingers. Yeah, baby. There's gonna be Butterfinger wrappers all over this thing when we're done. Okay, you tell me when. His tail's twitching. It's going down. You see him?
I didn't see him.
His tail's starting to twitch. Yeah, it was rolling. Yes. Oh, it's been a long 2 weeks. Oh, finally. We have played cops and robbers, hopscotch, whatever you want to call it, with this deer for 2 full weeks. It was one of the deer that we were going to leave go till next year, because as you can see, it's a really pretty deer. But he has a bad leg and he's very skinny. So we kept watching the videos the first night we saw him from the barn, and we decided to that he's probably not going to make the winter, so let's go ahead and take him. And from that day on, we have been in here hunting with 30-mile-an-hour winds, 40-mile-an-hour winds, moving this blind up in here. We spent all day just moving stuff around one day, and he would keep coming out after dark. And last night, we thought the first cold day was going to be single digit, that we'd get a shot at him, and we didn't see hardly any deer whatsoever. And then tonight, being the second cold day, we're like, yes, yes, yes. And dang, when I get up here, there's no wind, none whatsoever. The wind's supposed to be blowing this way, and when I throw out our tester, it would end up floating down that way. We had 8-10 deer out right away, and after they were out in the fields, one of the deer busted us, it's gone. I said, we're done for the night. Then they started filtering back in. I don't think it was the same group of deer. And he came out right here. He came out about 75 yards. So I'm pretty sure we hammered him. He kicked good. I saw his tail twitching down there. So yes! Good job, Dino. It is cold out here, guys. It's got to be close to 0 or below 0. That's why these deer kept coming out to this food plot. So this interview is going to be quick tonight. He didn't make it down over the hill, brother. Hit me. Yes. Look at this thing. Oh, we shot ourselves another Minnesota big old deer. Oh, look at this. Bladed and split. Big old main frame. This deer, he's gonna go on the wall. He's gonna be a prized possession, because here in Minnesota, this is a good deer. So, and we get here tonight and we have no wind. And the first bunch of deer start coming out early, like 3:20. We're like, yes, it's gonna be a great night. And they busted us. We were so dejected. I was like, we're never gonna see another deer. And then about 4:30, they started piling out, and he came right around the corner. I mean, he couldn't have been 75 yards, 80 yards away. And he popped out, and I said, Dan, we gotta open the windows quickly. We gotta shoot quickly, so we don't have much B-roll. But even at that point, the doe started picking their heads up. They were catching our wind, or they were going to, so we had to shoot quick. So it was a quick shot, but we did what we had to do, Dan. I never apologize for your God-given right to hunt. Yeah, baby. Woo!
Hey everybody, don't forget to like and comment on all of our great videos here at The Given Right.
And don't forget to subscribe.
And don't forget to turn on those notifications.